Russia opposes the adoption of the Group of Eight, a statement on the situation in Syria. An American official confirms information about the USA expanding its contacts with the Syrian armed opposition. And a Lebanese is killed and others are injured as clashes renew in Tripoli despite the deployment of the Lebanese army. Good afternoon and welcome to News in English. Arkady Dvorkovich, the Russian president's assistant and representative to the Group of Eight, has affirmed Russia's opposition to the group's intention during its next meeting to adopt a statement on Syria and Iran that includes conclusions regarding certain rulings that would probably be imposed by the group's leaders later when resolutions are taken at the UN Security Council. In a statement today, Dvorkovich said the Group of Eight will discuss world security issues and other subjects like the situation in Syria and Iran. He affirmed that the most important question for Russia is to hold on to the principles it has always embraced. He stressed that the group should send signals to all parties in Syria that they should work peacefully. He pointed out that the drafting of the group's stand towards Syria has not been agreed upon yet. In Aleppo, 32 citizens involved in recent events in Syria but did not commit any crime have turned themselves in with their weapons to the authorities in the city. Their cases were settled after they had pledged not to carry arms anymore, perpetrate acts of sabotage, or do anything that infringes on Syria's security in the future. So far, more than 6,000 citizens have surrendered themselves and their weapons to the authorities and went back to their normal life. Armed terrorist groups have continued their crimes, targeting law enforcement personnel, civilians, and national qualified experts, and attacking public and private properties. In the city of Homs, a sniper shot dead law enforcement member Brahim Sherbo near the Old Clock. Also in Homs, terrorists fired mortar shells in Al Khalidiyya neighborhood at citizen Ma'an Aboud, wounding him, his 9-year-old son, Ya'rub, and citizen Muntajib Abdul Latif from Al Zahra quarter. In Daraa, an armed terrorist group yesterday targeted Al Nazihin neighborhood with RPGs, killing 3-year-old child Hala Muhammad Rashid and injuring 16 citizens, some of them seriously. Another terrorist group also shot dead Sheikh Musa Ahmed Al-Aoude in Zayzoun village after storming into his house. Also, an armed terrorist group assassinated engineer Hassan Al-Ali and injured his colleague, engineer Subhi Jwaid, while they were heading to their work at the Maintenance Directorate affiliated to the General Establishment for Agrarian Reform. Authorities have confiscated weapons, ammunition, and explosives in cooperation with the people of Al Shammas area in Homs Governorate. They were hidden in a truck that was heading to Damascus. Authorities arrested the driver. Meanwhile, authorities also seized a large quantity of weapons, RPG rockets, and grenades after inspecting a suspicious car carrying furniture and heading to Kafr Aya and Al Sultaniya in the city of Homs. A senior official at the American State Department has confirmed the authenticity of the information reported in the Washington Post daily that the armed opposition in Syria has received more effective weapons and in larger quantities. The American Washington Post and the British Times dailies had yesterday disclosed that the USA is set on coordinating the armament operations of the Syrian opposition groups, which have so far received better and more quantities of weapons in the past weeks that were bought in their favor by Gulf countries. American officials said the USA is working on expanding its contacts with the armed opposition. UN observers continued their tour across Syrian governorates to get acquainted with the situation on the ground. A team of observers visited the governorate of Tartus and met the governor there. They also paid a visit to Al-Basel hospital and toured its sections, meeting a number of workers. In Aleppo, another UN team inspected the site where engineer Hassan Al-Ali was assassinated by an armed terrorist group. The team also visited Al-Hamadaniya police department and the military hospital. Meanwhile, in Latakia, a UN delegation met the governor of the city. Italian military sources announced yesterday the arrival of 5 Italian observers last night to Damascus, including a woman, to take part in the mission of the international observers in Syria. Earlier, the Italian parliament approved sending 17 Italian observers to join the UN observers mission to Syria. On the other hand, the Central Judicial Committee has instructed the subcommittee in Idlib to investigate the incident that targeted the international observers team in Khan Sheikhoun and report to the committee on the results as soon as possible. In Lebanon, 1 person was killed and dozens were wounded during clashes in the city of Tripoli today, despite the intensive presence of the Lebanese army in the areas affected by the fighting. The Lebanese National News Agency reported the clashes broke out in a number of areas during which machine guns and handmade grenades were used. Most commercial shops and schools were closed, as smoke could be seen rising above the city's skyline. Gunshots could also be heard in different streets as life came to a standstill across the city. Well, this is the end of this news bulletin. For more news, you can log on to our website in English, SyriaOnline.sy. Irado is next with economy news. Don't go away.